96.7 KCAL rocks after a big weekend. Our first full NFL weekend. We got to talk to our guy, Pep. What's up, Pep?
Man, I feel like every single year I go into an NFL season thinking I've got it figured out. I know how it's going to kind of play out. And the good teams are going to be good. The bad teams are going to be bad. But after the first week of the NFL season, I'm like, oh my gosh, I think we're getting set up to have another crazy year with new players in different uniforms and bad teams who actually might be kind of good and good teams who might not be as good as we thought. So I don't know what your first impression were of the first weekend. But man, we still have Monday Night Football to go, and I thought yesterday, Sunday, was absolutely bananas.
40. It is such a week-to-week league. Literally, when you win, you think you can win the Super Bowl this early, and when you lose, you think you're done for the whole season.
I mean, it's Overreaction Monday. That's what we do with the NFL.
Yeah.
We overreact on Mondays. Tom Brady is never going to win a game ever again. The Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be in the Super Bowl.
It's like flashbacks. Totally.
Man, it's so bizarre. Speaking of Tom Brady, yes, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers lost to Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints 34-23. Brady had 2 interceptions in that game, one of them by Marcus Williams, the pride of Roosevelt High School in Eastvale. So he had a pick on Tom Brady. But yeah, that was one of the surprises too, that, I saw the opening drive for the Buccaneers and Tom Brady punched in a touchdown at the end of that opening drive for Tampa Bay. And I'm like, oh man, Tampa Bay's going to be good. This is going to be awesome. And then they end up losing, right? So just so many things to peel away. Like Seahawks look great. Eagles not so great. I hate to bring it up 40, but all those first impressions, man.
Look, we just wanted them to get a win because they don't have a mascot. You got to do something for a team, right?
It is kind of like you got to let this first week. I think getting this first week out of the way will help a ton. Another thing, too, with Tom Brady, I think that Saints defense is really freaking good. And that was a really big reason that they had a tough time.
No, you're exactly right. New Orleans defense is underrated. And it's because their offense is so good, man. They've been good for so long. Drew Brees, obviously, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara. They've got so many great offensive weapons that when you think Saints, you think touchdowns, you think points, you think offense. You forget about that defense. They kind of lull you to sleep, but they've got a great defense. And Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, they found out the hard way yesterday. And then on the flip side of that, New England won with Cam Newton at quarterback against the Dolphins.
Good. Cam Newton looked kind of like he was back that year when he was in Carolina, having fun when everything was loose, when he was the league MVP.
Yeah,
first game in, he looked good.
Very fiery, too. Ready to throw down for his teammates. He looks happy.
Yeah, I saw someone on Twitter say, better give that guy a contract extension. And I'm like, well, hold on, pump your brakes. Again, it's the first week. Let's try not to overreact too much. I know there's...
No, that's what we do. We overreact.
Yeah, everyone's like, Tom Brady's been holding back the Patriots for years.
Well, there's 2 arguments here. After one game, you're like, if you look really good, let's say you're the Seattle Seahawks, you're like, dude, this is how the season's going to be, man. I'm so excited. We're good, right?
Right.
And then the flip side will happen, and I'll be in the gutter.
But if you're bad, you're like, that's just one game, man. That's the first game.
Right.
That was our preseason game. We knocked off the rust, man. We're only going to get better from here, right? That's the other argument.
Patriots fans feeling good this morning. Also, our local fans feeling really good because it was kind of a clean sweep. Raiders won. Yeah. Chargers won. Yeah. Rams won.
Yeah.
Everybody around me is happy. I'm glad for all of you.
And it wasn't looking good. And it wasn't looking good for the Raiders for a while, but they just had a nice little defensive stand.
Listen, don't sleep on Derek Carr in the fourth quarter. Derek Carr is like a comeback kid. Something about him, and when the chips are down in the fourth quarter, he finds a way to pull it out for the Las Vegas Raiders, which is still weird to say, but Derek Carr gets it done. If you look it up, there's some bizarre weird stat. He's got more fourth quarter comebacks than any other current NFL quarterback. There's something about with the game on the line, the final drive, he finds a way to get the team down the field.
There's something about the Raiders. They're always losing, and so he sets records for coming back.
Right. Raider fan feeling good this morning.
Absolutely.
Raiders beat Carolina 34-30. The Chargers beat the Bengals 16-13. And Cincinnati, with their rookie quarterback Joe Burrow, they probably should have at least sent that game to overtime, maybe even won it, but the Chargers found a way to escape Cincinnati with a 16-13 win, but Cincinnati had a chance to kick that field goal right at the end of regulation to at least get overtime.
But it didn't work out.
But it didn't work out. That's a Bengals thing. That's a Bengals thing.
We got to see SoFi Stadium from the inside finally, even though it was empty. The place is amazing.
Yeah, saw that thing on Hard Knocks. It is just wild.
Yeah, we saw not only the new stadium, which is absolutely state-of-the-art. There's nothing else like it. And also the new, they call it bone uniforms, that bone color for the Rams, right? Like the new bone. It's like a light gray, I guess you'd call it.
The internet was going wild saying, hey, their practice uniforms look good.
Now, I had thought maybe the Chargers had the better uniforms, but when you compare the ones side by side yesterday, now they weren't like the marquee uniforms for either team, I don't think, but I think the Rams looked a little better.
The Chargers looked very old school with those pants.
They did. I was kind of, when I saw the Chargers-Bengals game, I'm like, oh, that's the Chargers? I know we've saw the uniforms, right? But to actually see them on the players and then running around against another team, I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, and then we had them in the bone uniforms of the Rams.
And those were like the ones that when the Chargers uniforms came out, I think we said that was the combination. That was like the worst of their combinations, and that's the one they come out with first.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, right? But they won, so maybe they're a good luck charm at this point.
Hey, whatever works, right? Keep the same socks, the same underwear, nobody change, nobody shower.
And one more NFL score. My 49ers lost to the Cardinals 24-20. I'm just going to put that out there because I know there's a lot of Niner fans across the Inland Empire, and that was a tough one to swallow. I'm only bringing it up, too, because all the Rams fans out there, man, you better watch out. Arizona is on the rise. The 49ers are still going to be good, and we know what Seattle is. So that NFC West is going to be like the new black and blue division, I think, of football. It's going to be a battle.
I was going to say, Pep is just giving me a little misery loves company there with my Eagles getting the loss. But then he has to go on and talk about how his 49ers are still going to be good, and I can't say that.
Yeah, they're still good. No. Don't get me wrong. The Niners are still good.
NFC West, I know. It's going to be tough.
We're still going to get to NBA playoffs real quick. It's all brought to you by Matheson Gas. They are the gas professionals. 3 locations across the Inland Empire to make it easy for you to get gas for your business, for your backyard, for your barbecue grill, whether you need that refill of your propane tank. They can do that. That is MathesonGas.com online. And again, welding supplies, cooling supplies. But number one, they are undefeated in the gas game. That is Matheson Gas, the gas professional. So as we transition to the NBA playoffs, the Lakers have taken care of the Houston Rockets in 5 games. They move on to the Western Conference Finals. First time, guys, since 2010. That seems like such a long time ago.
I think 40 deserves some credit for predicting playoff LeBron because after game 1, I mean, there's a little overreaction, at least NBA style. We're like, uh-oh, looks bad.
I mean, I don't want to take all the credit for bringing LeBron to L.A., but I have been his biggest fan forever, and I think he just said he wanted to be a little closer to me, was all.
Just take it. Just take that credit. Just take the ball and run with it. Just run, keep running, don't look back. And on the flip side, the Clippers, man, I don't know what happened in this series, but the Clippers and the Nuggets have now gone to a Game 7. They're tied at 3. The winner will advance to the Western Conference Finals to meet the Lakers. The Clippers trying to get to the Western Conference Finals for the very first time. So we all wanted Lakers versus Clippers, but right now the Nuggets are saying, hold on, we're still going to have a say in this because, man, Denver looks pretty good right now. They're turning it up down the stretch here.
Jamal Murray and the Nuggets are very scrappy.
We were all kind of just ready to put LA into the Western Conference Finals, and now we got to wait till tomorrow night to see will the Clippers clipper themselves out of the playoffs.
It's perfect for the Lakers. They can just kind of wait for them to beat each other up.
Yeah, if you're the Lakers and your old man LeBron with the gray beard, I mean, you can just kind of get an extra couple days of rest, relax, get your body right as the Clippers
Enjoy
and
that
Nuggets.
bubble.
Yeah, they just keep beating each other up, and he's going to be rested. So maybe playoff LeBron is a thing, 40. Maybe you are right and hitting the nail right on the head. You are exactly right because he's going to be rested. He's going to be good to go for this final Western Conference Finals and maybe NBA Finals.
We are all witness.
Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Yes, we are. It's Inland Sports, everybody, all over social media. We got the YouTube channel as well. We're highlighting our local guys from the Inland Empire playing in the NFL, and there is a bunch. That is Inland Sports.
Shout out J.J. Taylor getting those runs in with the Patriots.
Yes, yeah, JJ, our guy JJ from Centennial High School.
Thanks, Pat.